Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and as you could see, the energy is very different over here because I have Suparn Verma and Vartika Singh who's going to talk about their movie Haq. So join me as I welcome both of them only on Zoom. हा तो नहीं हुआ लेकिन हक जरूर हो गया है
हक ही है
एंड हर जगह पर अब इसकी कॉन्वर्सेशन तो होने ही वाली है, सोशल मीडिया पर भी होगी और हक बनाते बनाते भी आई एम श्योर लाइक आपने भी काफी कुछ डिस्कवर किया होगा. सो टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योर जर्नी व्हाइल मेकिंग हक.
For me, I think one of the biggest discoveries was while writing Haq with Reshunath and the research we did for over 2 years and plus in it. We realized there are a lot of fallacies, a lot of misunderstandings, whether it's about, religion, about a community, about their, ways of society. And the minute you deep dive into that per se and imbibe it and try to make it yours. Because for me, one of my closest people in my life, my mentor was Feroz Khan. So I've seen him up close. And for me, this film was very important that the world that we live in, which is fractured, this is a way to portray a story of India, which starts off in the hinterlands and goes all the way to the national capital. And it sparked a massive, massive debate, something that still, evokes the same kind of urgency and resolution that it then. And the story of Shazia Bano is such that needed to be told today. It's much more relevant today than ever before. And the journey has honestly been a very, very emotional ride. And it's kind of in the path of fearless storytelling. This is that step, whether it was Banda, whether it's Haq or some of the shows that I've done. I think once you start and embark on a path where you want to tell stories which are of a nature of the heart, are a nature of conversation, you kind of just feel empowered. So yeah, it's, I think, my journey of empowerment.
Which, and I completely agree with you, but at the same time, while trying to, work on the journey of empowerment, for women also, especially in the community of, Muslims, they go through this a lot. And when I say so, there is triple talaq which takes place, there is this, iddat, and there are these conversations where they don't even know that, they have this alimony, meher, and all these topics. And I remember talking to you offline also about that, because those are very detailing conversations and you need to be equally be very careful. How much you had invested, while doing research about this, because as we speak about someone's life, on a big picture, this is something which is happening with multiple women on a daily basis.
So honestly, we literally spent about a year deep diving into the topic, the legal part of it, the part of religion, where we spoke to a lot of Islamic experts and understood every single nuance, read the Quran, understood that, got my understanding deepened of it, of certain things which I could not understand because it is not written as black and white, and also to understand my interpretation of it, because that's something that the film talks about, that the first word in one of the chapters is Ikra, which is Pad. Read the book for yourself. And I think that's true for every religious text. You should read the book for yourself instead of having it kind of described to you, because that's the interpretation. And everybody interprets everything differently. You need to have your own interpretation, have that one-on-one directly with God that you believe in, right? And that kind of led to one part. The second part of the responsibility that comes with it. I needed to be really, really sure of what I'm talking about, understand it completely, and be highly respectful. Yes, it is inspired by certain true life characters, but for me, the landmark judgment that it's based on was the benchstone against which we kind of marked our entire, narrative around, and then wove the story of Shazia Bano, of Abbas Khan, of Saira together, and the drama that takes place, where it's basically a domestic dispute, which became, from a domestic dispute to something that affected the community, to something of national importance.
Vartika, to you, this is your debut movie, and when I say debut, there's a lot of apprehensions, pressure, but when you were approached for this role, I really want to understand the entire algorithm which went behind this, and when you were kind of, trying for this movie, you're probably approached for this one, and especially working with a director like him who has been known for his work and the work which speaks volumes, and people recall the kind of projects he's worked on. Tell us about your experience.
I think to start with, I would say, first of all, it's such an iconic film to be part of, and I really consider myself lucky that I have the opportunity to live Saira. Thank you. I remember, you know, my day one with him, and I was really invested in Saira. I was like, I have to live her, and thank you for giving me Saira, because I genuinely feel that this is very unconventional. This is not something that a lot of people get to start with. And to be honest, I really feel that I'm lucky because not necessarily in your first film you get to act. Yes, you do get to be on screen and do a lot of fun stuff, but this definitely was a very challenging role to begin with. And to start with something like that is definitely something that I consider is a very good thing that has happened to me. So it's a really, really good and big break that I could actually get.
The topic which you have touched upon, which is about fighting for the rights of Muslim women, and while I say so, it's very delicate. At the same time, where did this idea come from, when it came to like focusing on this subject for you?
So I keep researching various subjects which kind of excite me, which kind of are much bigger or larger than life, which are of national in nature. And Vishal and Juhi kind of talked to me about this subject, and initially I kind of held back because I needed to be very clear of the kind of film I wish to make, which has to be very, very balanced. I had a certain idea that I want it to be very progressive in nature. I didn't want to hold back. I wanted to have conversations that kind of, literally liberal-minded people would kind of love to engage in. Things that we don't talk about, but do need to talk about. And honestly, I think one of the things that helped me was after having made Sirf Ek Banda Kafi Hai, the fears I had then before I made that film went away with the success of that film's release, and I realized that I need to be even more fearless in my storytelling because I am coming from a place of honesty. I do not have any baggage. I don't have any sense of trying to prove a point of anything or say something of particular nature for the sake of controversy. I really wish to kind of talk about a story of a woman who exemplified dignity, who fought for self-respect, and then to try and create a story of two individuals, one coming from a place of absolute belief in what he was doing, because Abbas's world is where he's normalized in. This is 1970s we are talking about. It's a very normal scenario. It's not something that we live in today, 25, where men are exposed to the fact that this is right, this is wrong, or being in a woke world. This is not a woke world we live in, right? And a woman at that time rising and speaking for herself, going against not just her husband, her community, and both coming from a place of family. They had children together, they had a family together, and she accepted quite a bit till the time it came to her self-respect. And he's coming from a place of hurt and ego, which was normalized then. So he's not coming from a place of wrong. And there is ambition at the same time. So it was a very interesting world to create and play with these characters. And in that mix to put a character of a second woman, the second wife, who is completely right from her perspective, because she's married for love as well. And she has her reasons. And for her to find empathy as well as a woman was an interesting journey to create for these core characters as such. So yeah, I mean, does that answer your question?
Vartika, playing the role of a second woman, and that itself has a lot of conversations taking place in the society which we belong to. People speak in a very different manner also, probably they are taken otherwise. How was it for you, A, and B, working with someone like Emraan Hashmi?
So if you talk about the second woman, from the day I started approaching this character, I never thought about that I am going to be this woman who's going to enter someone's life, break the house, and make other people fight or create conflicts. My life was never about that. like Suparn said, that back in those days, it was a completely normal situation. And the whole idea came from that, like somebody who's grown up seeing those situations. I think it's totally fair for her to feel that this is normal and this is how people live. So when I have entered the house, I am seeking love, acceptance, and a lot of compassion around me. I want people to accept me and just live happily ever after. I have not come here to break the house. I have not come here to create conflicts between people. So that's how I approached the character. I know, and especially when you look about when you see Saira, she's not somebody who's negative in any way. She has her own beliefs. She's following her own path, and that's a journey. She accepts who she is, and that's a graph to her emotions, and how her journey is, where it started to where it reached eventually. It's a beautiful path that I have traveled with her.
That's interesting. And to you, sir, I have to ask you that when a movie like this is, is on an open forum, on social media, when I say so, before the movie also releases, speculations keep growing, leading to a lot of social media backlash. How well prepared are you for that? Because that will happen because also of Emraan being a Muslim actor playing a role over here.
So, touchwood, so far, after the teaser came out, or the song came out, and the trailer is coming out, there has been no backlash. There's actually been a lot of love. I think people are also happily surprised that this is a very progressive film. It's a very balanced film, and that's something that everyone who's seen the film so far is the first thing that this film touches your heart. It kind of literally taps in deep within us, and it's so balanced. And for me, that was paramount from day one. When you make a film, keeping in mind, there will be a controversy and then we can benefit from it. You give rights to controversy, right? When you make a film which seeks to engage the heart, and it's very honest and earnest about it, and literally wears its heart on a sleeve, I think the audience smells it. Audience smells movies from a mile away. Yeah. It doesn't need to be camouflaged with whatever. And having Emraan Hashmi play Abbas's role has been one of the greatest fortunes of Haq and me and my team, because the kind of gravitas he brought as an actor into this, where he took the character of Abbas, which could have gone black, into a very balanced, nuanced zone, where when you come out of the film, you will say that I understand Abbas. And for me, that's a victory of good writing, of great performance, where you can understand a character. It is about broken characters. It's about people, who come from a different time, different strata, and different thinking. But they have a journey, and you are journeying with them, understanding where they're coming from, why they're thinking, why they think, and then kind of feeling for Shazia Bano the way you do. I think it's a victory, and the audience is going to come out richer and with their hearts filled with more compassion at the end of the film.
That's where my next question was also, that when you say that characters like Abbas or character of Yami Gautam, casting these two talented houses and bringing them on board, why did you choose only Emraan Hashmi and Yami Gautam?
I think Yami is one of the best actresses we have in the country today, and the way she deep dived into the film, the way she sacrificed for the film, and I mean it when she sacrificed. She was a new mother, and she was on set with me for 35 days. We shot the whole film in 32 days. She never went back home to a newly born child. Yeah. She didn't bring her son to the set while we shot in Lucknow. She kept him away. She finished her work because she stayed in character as Shazia Bano. For those 32 days on set, she was Shazia Bano. Only on the last day, last shot, which was a reaction shot, a very peaceful one, is when she actually cracked a smile. And to have Emraan was a huge victory. He heard the script and his instant reaction was yes. He not just loved the script, he understood Abbas. He really wanted this film to be made the way it is written, and he went in fearlessly. So much so that there are some creative discussions we had where he said, my character should do this, not someone else. You don't need to protect me. He didn't come in as a star playing the role of Abbas. He came in as an actor who's at the top of his game, saying, you know what, this is challenging. Let me go at it with full gusto rather than half-heartedly trying to also protect this or protect that. He went in completely. I mean, nidar is the word I would use for him. It was something magical. And also when you have actors like this, the romance lasts for just an X period in the film. But the repercussions of the romance are felt through the fight that they have. You need two really good actors to create that romance in this short period of time. And, you know, Emraan is the king of romance. I mean, every heroine wants to be an Emraan Hashmi heroine, so...
Oh no, trust me. I think he's a very good human being also. You know, when you work with him, every single shot that I had with him, not even for a moment I felt that he's such a seasoned superstar, this actor who will have a lot of, you know, how you see superstars, you feel like, oh, they'll have a lot of air around them, they might not give you the time or the sort of treatment that you would expect, but he was very professional. I did not even for a second I felt that he is being this superstar. He always was the co-actor on set. And even when, obviously it is my first film, so there were a lot of things that he told me that, you know, I think that this might just add to your performance. It never was like, oh, I think you should do this. It always was like, do you want to try this? This might just help you. And it was with both, Yami and Emraan both. I think I'm really blessed to be able to work with both of them.
Well, both Yami and Emraan have monologues in the movie. What was the challenging part for you while, you know, depicting your role?
So, I think, you know, their strength and their status as actors actually helped me. In fact, I knew that this is very challenging. I knew that I have to keep up to the level that they are going to be at. And obviously, I have tried my best. I have really invested myself to bring in the Saira that was required to be in the film. And I think what was the challenging was also my motivational factor here. So yes, there were lots of scenes. In fact, like there were a couple of very intense scenes that I felt is very difficult, but I was really happy and motivated to do that as well.
That's interesting. And moving to you once again, and again I keep on moving on to him, but triple talaq is a conversation which is happening since a very long time, and it's a very delicate topic. And when I say so, even now women suffer that, you know, just on a call, a man chooses to divorce a woman. And it goes on and on, no matter how evolved the society may have tried being, you know, there are females who suffer with that. And at the same time, this topic is something which has become political also on social media. How careful were you with your approach that you presented in a human way and manage the political side of it?
See, for me, the minute you go human in it, a lot of things just fall by the wayside, including politics. Though there is politics in everything, including love. But fact is this, that triple talaq, which you call talaq-e-biddat, I mean, the way the Quran says talaq should be given is a highly progressive way, which is you say talaq, you wait for 3 months, because a woman could be pregnant or you could change your mind. Then you say the next talaq, then you wait another 3 months because maybe your elders or something can get you to get together. And 6 months later is when the third talaq is said, and that's how it's prescribed. And then there are punishments, you know, to kind of people who don't follow that. There is also the fact about second marriage, which is a very common thought in people. Oh, you know, you're allowed to have second wives and 3 wives and 4 wives. But the fact is the Quran very clearly says that 1, you need the first wife's permission. But more than that, if in your heart as a man, your love for your first wife decreases by even an iota, you cannot get married. It is literally a caveat worked in a very beautiful way that you can't, because it's like it is not humanly possible to have 2 people that you love equally. There will be this discrepancy. And the Quran says then you can't get married. So if you follow the word of what's written, it's not allowed. So it's all there. Hence the whole decree, Ikra, Pad, read, it's all in the book. Don't be told what's in the book. The minute you have people, you know, interpreting the word for you, people will tell you what suits them. And that's what the film talks about. And that's the way it's been depicted via Shazia Bano, who is a Maulvi's daughter, who is a 5-time Namazi. And we have Yami quoting the Quran in Arabic in the film. She literally spent time understanding the lehza to kind of say it correctly, but like an Indian Muslim, not someone abroad, because the dialect is such that it sounds very foreign in nature. So she owned it, she worked on it. So I have quoted the Quran, found those passages, and it's all there in the film. And when you kind of do something with respect, it just bounces off the pages. You don't have to, it's your intention. And the intention of Haq shows through every scene.
As we speak about Sharia law and also the Indian law, so many times it could be different, it could be similar also. And how did you kind of navigate while working on the Sharia law as well as Indian law while depicting that in your story?
That is one question I can't answer because I need you to see the film for that. Because one of the most
because it's
important,
like in-depth, I
one
feel,
of the most important scenes in the finale of the film, which is the last 20 minutes in the Supreme Court. All your questions will be answered there by the both of them.
Which one has been the most challenging and exhausting scene for you while, directing this one? And I'm sure you cannot reveal much about it, but some, hints to it. He's gone completely blank. He's like, should I tell
See
you?
the whole film here.
Not really. See, I mean, there are a lot of challenges and stuff. There are some challenging to write, some challenging to shoot. Not really, because I had really good actors. But I think emotionally, there's a scene in the trailer, for example, where Yami receives word from her husband and the family that he's come in with a second wife. And she confronts them. The whole scene is shot as a single take. And it's a pretty harrowing scene. It is a very, very, very harrowing scene when you see the whole film. But even in the trailer, just one moment of it is going to slap you on the face.
Really? That's dangerous, I must say that. But now I'm going to, of course, I'm myself waiting for this. And in fact, even my mom wants to watch it because she's like, the teaser looks very impactful. She's yet to see the trailer. But before even I proceed the conversation, and also as we also end the conversation, I have to also ask you that you have built a reputation of selecting difficult subjects. And when I say so, The Family Man has its own, story play, or even Rana Naidu for that matter, or even, if you speak about Manoj Bajpayee's movie, which we are talking about right now, and, Ek Banda Kafi, and now Haq. Do you feel that, probably you're contented with choosing such subjects because they also deal with the aspect of legal as well as, controversial side of the society?
I think I like being challenged. I cannot do things that don't challenge me, which don't, shake me up, which, I mean, it's easy to do safe. I've done safe.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help. I rather do something that I would go mad about doing, which challenges me, which surprises me, which engages me, which is unique and comes with a set of conversations which are tough and difficult. I think the tougher it is, I'm more excited by it. The easier it is, there is no challenge, and I seek challenges in life. So, Haq is one of them.
To you, Vartika, starting a career in the world of acting, and at the same time, I'm sure you have been a contestant and also a winner of beauty pageants. The journey is not easy when I say so, because not every other beauty pageant contestant makes it to the world of glamour or acting. And I'm sure you must have faced your own challenges. Now that you have come into the world of acting, would you also choose being part of reality shows like, say, a Big Boss or otherwise like that? How do you kind of want to take your journey forward?
I think for me, every career that I have opted so far, even for beauty pageants or working as a model or now working as an actor, everything has been a surprise. I never planned for a lot of things. And of course, as I progressed into beauty pageants, I realized, modeling is something that I like and I like doing it. While modeling, I realized I think I'm bringing something to the table as a model, and there's a bit of this actor in me. And then acting happened. So I don't know. I don't know what is it going to be like. Yes, I'm looking forward to more of acting and more of films and exploring more as an actor. I do not know what reality shows is going to be like in my life at this point of time.
Lastly, to both of you, apart from Haq, what are your upcoming projects you're focusing on? What are your next plans? People are waiting for the Family Man 3 also.
Yeah. Well, Family Man 3 will be a great show. I was shooting Haq and Nadu 2 that time, but I think Raj and DK have done an exceptionally good job. Very exciting stuff. As far as what I'm doing next, have a few ideas of my own, but right now my entire focus is like Arjun's eye on the fish, November 7th. Post that is when I'll open my cards. But right now I'm living, breathing
With Haq se.
Haq.
What about
Haq
you, Vartika?
Yeah, I think the lesser I say and more I let people see is a better thing to do. So yeah, I would want everybody to just
That's very
watch
patient-like
out.
answer, no?
Yeah, very,
Oh my God, it's
pageant-like,
not.
yeah.
No, but I really think I believe
That's the wave, right?
Yes.
I would still do it.
Yeah,
But no, I think let your work speak, to be honest. And also knowing how our industry is very unpredictable. We don't know. You could be in it and out of it at the same time. So you just have to wait and watch. So I'm just waiting for the progress to be seen and noticed by people out there.
And lovely chatting with both of you, and thank you so much for such a lovely interaction. And of course, this is not an in-depth of a lot of things, but definitely giving me high hopes from this one. So all the very best for Haq, and looking forward to this movie. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you so much.